Hey folks, welcome back to the Offgrid workshop. This week in the workshop, we've got a really cool van. We've worked on a few of these, the Westfalia vans. This one is the Sven Hedin van. We've done a few of these, usually like lithium upgrades, so where we're taking the lead acid AGM batteries out, replacing them with lithium batteries. Now, this van already had some Victron components in it, but today we've upgraded it from AGM batteries to a Roma seat-based lithium battery. So I'm going to take you through everything that we've done and kind of how we've done it and give you a bit of a walkthrough. So let's jump into it. Okay, so the first thing is we've actually removed the battery that was in the engine compartment here and put in a simple bus bar to keep these cables in place rather than pulling them back through and things like that. This is just dead space now anyway, so that just secures them and it's nice and safe. And then obviously this is here. We've left this little sensor on here as well because I don't know what that would impact as far as the Westfalia system is concerned. So rather than causing problems, there's no harm in just leaving that here and it's nice and secure. So that's all good. And then here's the heart of the system. So the Roma 230 amp hour seat-based battery squeezes in here nicely. It's nice and secure. And connected to this, we go from this to a shunt, Victron Smart Shunt. We've got an MRBF fuse here as well. And then cables that go to a Multiplus, which I'll show you. And then in this install, there were already two Victron MPPTs, which we've just moved around and repositioned. But here's the first one. There's two solar panels on the roof, so they're going into separate MPPTs. And then on that side, there's another two MPPTs and a servo, which I'll take you through now. So on this side, we've got the other MPPT. So the two 7510s are what run the two solar panels on the roof. The 120 is an external solar panel option. So for an Anderson over here, so the customer can connect an external solar panel. Then we've obviously got the Orion XS, which is connected to the engine battery, and then of course the Turbo GX. So the customer already had the Turbo GX and the Orion XS. The Orion was in the engine compartment with the other battery, so we just moved that into here. The Turbo was still here. We've just obviously added other devices to it, like the additional MPPT and the Multiplus. And then we've tucked in the Multiplus Compact in here. The Multiplus Compact comes pre-wired with red and black positive and negative cables. So we've used the original cables that came with the Multiplus. They run through into this channel here, up behind the seat, and then connect to the battery. So use the original wires that were there. And then we've wired the Multiplus into the consumer unit so that all of the plug sockets in the van are powered by the Multiplus when off-grid. And obviously when you charge, then it charges the batteries as well when you plug into electric hookup. One other thing that I forgot to mention, we also put in a little LED driver over here as well, which shows on the Westfalia screen here when we are connected to electric hookup. So you still have that function so you can see when you're connected to electric hookup. So the previous charger that came in the van, which we've taken out, showed that. And so we've just tapped into that feed to be able to use that here as well. So it shows that. So there we go, Multiplus, and everything going into the servo. So if you go into the solar, you can see the three different charge controllers there. So the two panels on the roof, then the external panel there. And then obviously the Roma battery has the facility here through this data cable that connects to the servo. And so that's what's actually feeding the battery information on the shunt. So you can set that, it gives you information. So obviously seat base, quite a lot of very valuable information here. So it even tells you the starter battery voltage there. So pretty cool. So there we have it, folks. Will and Sarah have a YouTube channel as well, and Will actually documented the whole build process of this install for their YouTube. And so I'll link their video down below if you want to watch sort of step by step. We'll sort of stopped at various points to capture what was happening and what we were doing on the build. So I'll put the link to that video down below once that's out. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed watching it, and thanks for watching. If you're interested in talking to us about this type of install or something similar, if you have any questions or anything like that, then you know where we are, reach out to us. Otherwise, we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Cheers.